way for them. So we like structure and we have a plan and we follow it and it works.
We'll go next to the question in the room.
Hello, my name is Igor Oliveira, is for sports.gg. It would be for Rhyme. So basically, man, this is the first tournament that you guys played with a stand-in and a 6-player. And I would like to know if that changed anything in the trainings, in the preparation for the tournaments.
We haven't played with any stand-in. I'm not sure if you maybe have mistaken the wrong team, but this is our lineup.
All right.
Yeah, this is our lineup. So yeah, it's we don't have a stand-in. I mean, he sits there. That's our substitute if we need it, but we didn't use him. So this is our lineup. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Diogo from VLR.
Hey, this question is for Vitinho. You had a really good first map. You had 20 kills in the first half and 35 across the whole map. I'm just looking to know if there was anything in particular that you think contributed to that success.
No, I just play super confident. I know that we have, like I say, we have the game plan. We did it, and I was performing. But anyone in my team can perform like that.
We'll go next to Michael Czar from Upcomer. Mike, did you have another question?
Yeah, this one's for Nukia. Obviously, you mentioned before in an interview that you think teams with strong IGLs, like for example FNS and NRG, that can improvise will be really good in this tournament. Now that you faced them, how do you guys think you did against a top team like that?
I mean, we still played good. It's just like also the veto was a bit we picked the wrong map, but it's fine. I just feel that we're still good. We took a map of them, then they got momentum a bit on the overtime, and then it transferred over into Haven. And Haven was just a snowball from the first round. So overall, I don't think we played bad. It's just that they got a lot of momentum in the game, and that was the outcome of the game.
Diogo, did you have another question?
Yeah, I've got one more. This is for Hoodie. After you guys got lost 13-1 on Haven, how was the confidence looking like going into Icebox?
I mean, you try your best to reset, but it shouldn't matter, but it does matter a little bit. Even no matter who you are, it always affects a little, but you try to not think it's a new best of one. That's our mentality at least. So for us, I don't think it mattered that much.
Thank you. Any more questions either from the remote media or the online media or the in-person media? Let's go to Nicholas Rocha. Nick, we can't hear you. Your mic might be muted on your side. If you'd like to type out the question, that's also acceptable.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my question is for Vitinho. Can I ask you in Spanish?
Yes.
No, nada, Vitinho. Primero mostrarte el apoyo acá desde Colombia. Un saludo muy especial. Y preguntarte si sientes que hubo algún factor externo que a lo mejor los cambió como equipo durante el Haven, después de haber mostrado mucho nivel en el Lotus.
No lo creo. Creo que hemos perdido la bonus. Eso hizo un poco lo que dijo antes Nuki, un poco de ese snowball. Y empezaron a luego ganar la siguiente ronda de armas, no tenemos dinero, hicimos eco. Ellos jugaron mucho también el postplan con los mollies, el aftershock de bridge. Al principio no nos lo esperábamos tanto. Intentamos adaptarnos, les salían bien las rondas y creo que fue todo más el momentum. No creo que haya habido ningún factor externo.
Thank you. Are there any more questions? It looks like we have one from Sage.
Hi, my question is for Coach Pipson. I just wanted to ask your stance on Icebox with the chamber meta changes. Do you feel like there's going to be a possible shift in, I guess, mid play on Icebox moving forward, and how people would play that map with these new changes?
Can you repeat, please, with which changes?
Yeah, sure. I just want to ask you, like, after the chamber meta changes, I want to ask you if you feel, I guess in practice, if there's going to be any changes in how teams approach Icebox moving forward? Do you feel like there's a change when you played against Energy?
I don't think that there is a big change. You can see that everyone is still playing the full utility comps and they're just trying to stop the bomb plant on B with the Molotovs, and the same goes on A, that you pop off the Viper wall and you are just trying to go for kills. The only thing is that some teams are gonna try to utilize Jet like we did, and some teams are gonna try to utilize non-Jet comps, which is like Energy did. So it gives them more utility to control the space. As an example, Kaio, who had an additional Molotov and knife. But in reality, there is, I don't think that the removing chambers somehow affects the icebox meta overall or how the icebox will be played.
We'll go next to Rohan from esports.gg.
Hello, guys. Today, obviously, NRG picked Lotus, and so far we've seen it's usually the team that's an underdog that usually picks Lotus. You guys obviously won, but did them picking Lotus upset your idea of the map veto in any way?
Who is the question?
This question could go to the coach Pitson or probably Ryan.
You want to answer it or should I? So
You can.
okay. I mean, we planned to pick Lotus, and then they picked it, so it didn't really surprise us. We wanted to play the map, so it didn't change anything. I think maybe it came a little bit as a surprise. I don't think we expected them to pick it. So the second map was like, okay, what do we pick now? Because our plan was to pick Lotus and for them to pick another map that wasn't played at all. Yeah, but anyway, there would be a Lotus in this. Yeah, it will be a Lotus anyways.
Thank you.
Last call for questions from the remote media. Okay. Giants, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. This will conclude the first press conference after this match.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We are joined by NRG, who are coming off of their victory against Giants. Please use the Zoom hand raise function if you'd like to ask a question, and then we will call on you. It looks like Brandon from esports.gg will be our first question. Brandon, go ahead.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win. We'll send this to FNS. We've kind of heard this narrative from Optic to now with NRG, but you guys kind of having a slow start. You know, you picked Lotus as your map, didn't go out correct for you guys, and then, you know, came back swinging on Haven and Icebox. I just kind of want to hear your thoughts on that narrative, you know, if it's true, just a coincidence, kind of why it might happen, whatever you've got on that.
It's definitely true. I mean, it's happened enough times to where like it's not a coincidence, but it's definitely something we're trying to work on. It takes experience and it takes time, especially with 2 new players coming in as well. Poor Artist has to and Sam have to deal with us starting slow every time, but we're working on it and we'll do the best that we can going forward.
We'll go next to Diogo from VLR.
Hey, I've got a question for given that Lotus is a new map, what motivates picking a map like that in a do or die just like this one?
You broke up. Who was that question for?
Oh, FNS, sorry.
What makes us pick Lotus? Was that the question?
Yes.
I mean, we have a lot of practice on it. We definitely wanted to test it out and kind of see like where we're at in terms of level. This is the perfect tournament to do that as well. We wanted to test our comp. We wanted to see how good they were as well and what counters it. So we obviously will go back to the drawing board and figure out exactly what went wrong. But yeah, I think it's a good tournament to try to implement Lotus, and especially just so other teams see that we can play it and, you know, try to pick it.
We'll go next to Diogo from BLR.
This question is for Som. So you guys had a bit of a slow start, but then you got 2 really strong wins on the last 2 maps. So how are you feeling about your next match?
For our next match, I'd say we're pretty excited to whoever we play. And I think we're ready to play whoever.
Okay, we'll go to Sons of KS next.
Thank you very much. And my question is for Ardis. The last time we spoke, you were on FPPX, but now you are an RRG. How's the adaptation going, and how much do you like this VCT tournament format?
The adaptation's going quite well. The team's super similar to FPX. That we play have like similar style. We anti-strat a lot. We just overall just super similar. Even the jokes there are super similar. And what was the last question, sorry?
And the last question was, how much do you like this VCT tournament format?
I don't like it at all, but it's Ryan's decision, so I will respect it.
Thank you very much, and God bless you, dude.
God bless, bro.
I was wondering if that one was going to come back. Let's go to Brandon at esports.gg.
Yeah, we'll ask this one to Chet. You know, you got a lot of teams that are kind of brand new in this tournament. But up next, you could very well face Loud if they pull it out. You know, world champions, big rivalry last year. Just kind of like to know your thoughts on their new players and what you think of that team as a whole now with the changes that were made.
Honestly, I'm not too familiar with their players right now because I haven't really watched their matches since we've been practicing a lot. But I guess when I review it, I'm just gonna treat it as same as last year. Just gonna see what they do and then try to make a game plan around it. I'm not gonna treat it any differently just because it's Loud.
We'll go to Arnab next.
Yeah, I mean, we picked up Artist knowing that he can play a lot of agents, so we're just using that flexibility to our advantage. He doesn't have to only play an aggressive character.
Nicholas next, you're up.
Hi guys, GG. This is for Crashes. What would you say was the key to this victory?
I would say our game plan was like really strong for us. Chet and FNS made it our lives as players super easy. Yeah, I mean, I would just give all credit to Chet and FNS. It was super easy to follow, and yeah, everything was, you know, well thought out.
We'll go to Sage next.
Hi, my question is for Chet, and I just want to just get your take on Icebox. I just want to see if you feel like, do you feel like the chamber changes add some more variety to how the map can be played? And if the answer is no, what do you feel like can fix that so that there is more variety on Icebox?
Well, as you can see, we're kind of running the same comp from January of last year, so I don't think there's a lot of variety with or without chamber. I think the map is just badly designed, like specifically A, and until they make changes to that, you're not going to see that much variety just because the way the defense is just too hard to defend without like KO and Viper.
Are there any more questions for NRG? Oh, we'll go to the in-house question.
Hi, everyone. I am Gabriel from Global, Brazil. I have two questions for FNS. Firstly, I would like to know your thoughts on Loud, because they may be your next opponents. So how difficult will it be to face them here in Brazil? What are your expectations?
We expect to win. But as far as just playing them and how I feel about it, I'm really excited because it's just an old rivalry kind of reignited as well. But alongside that is going to be an insane crowd, which I'm really excited for. Even if they're rooting against us, it's still going to be fun to play in a crowd and the stage vibrating basically. And I think the place is going to be pretty sold out. So we have yet to play a match like that here, where the whole place is crowded. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be a good experience for us. And yeah, I'm excited.
Do you have any concern about the crowd? Do you think it may influence your game anyhow?
I don't think so. I think we've been to enough tournaments with enough crowds to where it's not going to affect us. But I mean, if somebody throws something at me or something, then yeah, but in general, no.
Thank you.
I believe that was the last question of the press conference. NRG, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.